thank you all for coming and helping us to address the recent incidents here with the water at Bender Park. With that, I'd like to turn it over to Fire Chief Michael Kresick.
Hey, good afternoon. My name is Mike Kresick. I'm the Fire Chief for the City of Oak Creek Fire Department. I want to thank the media for coming out today to help us spread this very important message. Since June 26th, we have responded to 6 water rescue incidents here at Bender Park. Those incidents have resulted in 2 fatalities, 2 resuscitations, and multiple injuries. I want to extend on behalf of the Oak Creek Fire Department our condolences to those that tragically lost their lives and those that were injured. Each of those responses was a significant undertaking for the Oak Creek Fire Department. Each of those responses involved bystanders who at great personal risk made the decision to go help the victims. I want to thank our partners that have supported the Oak Creek Fire Department during those responses, including the Milwaukee Fire Department and Chief Lipsky. I'm asking the public to consider 3 things today. First, be aware of the conditions at the lakefront. I'm asking the public to heed the warnings issued by the National Weather Service and the Parks Department regarding beach hazards. And I'm asking the public to be aware of their abilities in the water. This is not an inland lake, this is not a pool, this is not a pond. The lake can go from calm to hazardous in a matter of minutes. We want the citizens of Oak Creek, we want the members of our community to enjoy our lakefront, but we want them to do that safely. The Oak Creek Fire Department, along with our many partner agencies, are working to make the lakefront safer for all that enjoy it, and we're going to continue to work towards those efforts. Again, on behalf of the Oak Creek Fire Department, my condolences to the victims that were lost and those that were injured, and to the media, thank you again for helping us spread the important safety message about water safety. Thank you.
Once again, thank you all for coming and to helping us raise awareness to this important safety issue. The Chief would be happy to entertain questions offline, and that will conclude our press conference. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Would you be able to at least speak to calls from the union to try and have more resources dedicated to Oak Creek Fire as opposed to relying on other agencies?
Like I said at the beginning, these are resource-intensive calls. It requires numerous agencies to facilitate a rescue at the lakefront. I'm aware of that call. Certainly I'm going to look into it more, and we'll discuss with the locals some of the parameters associated with that.
I guess when these calls come in, it takes time to get those resources together, right?
Absolutely.
Can you speak to that time that it takes to get those resources in place, especially if they're coming from other places like Milwaukee?
Absolutely. So our initial response to this area typically is in the 4 to 5 minute range. When you factor in the time it takes to recognize an emergency in the lake, to make that call to 911 and get our units here, you can certainly see how important it is to have a safety message for those that may go into the water. It takes time for us to assemble those resources. Our first arriving crews will effect an immediate rescue, but as the complexity of the situation increases, it takes time for the additional resources to arrive on scene. So certainly we're looking at a 20 to 30 minute window to fully deploy resources at the lakefront.
Chief, is the beach closed right now? There's police tape up behind you, and if so, how long will it be closed?
So there is a beach hazards statement in effect. The tape will be up until that is lifted.
Is that going to happen then from now on across the summer?
To be determined. Again, we're working with our partner agencies in the county and in the city to ensure that this is a safe lakefront, and we'll take the measures necessary to ensure that.
Chief, outside of the call from the union to enhance some of the safety through response and training, is there any discussion or thoughts of discussion about staffing the streets with a lifeguard?
That would be a question for Milwaukee County.
Is that something you would encourage?
Absolutely.
What is it specifically specifically about this beach, other than the fact that everyone comes here, Chief, that makes it dangerous? Is it the exposure? Is it the way that it points northeast, or what is it?
So I think you're looking at a lot of factors that change throughout the course of the year. It's the prevailing winds, it's the currents, that all contributes to it. This is a smaller beach, and it tends to get a lot of visitors, and there's a lot of activity here. So with the prospects of quick weather changes, the rip currents going into effect, things can happen rather quickly. I don't know that we're any different than any other beach along the lakefront, but certainly we are experiencing an uptick in incidents here right now.
Can you provide updates on last night's 2 rescues?
So we will provide via a press statement an update as we get more information there. As we stated in the press release, there were a total of 5 individuals removed from the water. Several of those were transported to the hospital, and as we receive more information, we'll publicize that.
It seems like 3 were swimming and 2 were maybe on some sort of rowboat. Is that the case?
There were 2 separate incidents, one involving a boat and one potentially involving a jet ski.
Speaking to needing to get those resources here, obviously the surf is a lot higher today, and as we know on inland lakes here on the Great Lakes, that could change really quickly and can increase that time because depending upon where other resources might be putting in, whether it's here or elsewhere, and having to come down the lake, does that contribute to some of that time as well?
Absolutely. Conditions in the lake will contribute to the response. It's not only our inland response, but getting the resources from our partners. Lake conditions will affect that.
Chief Lipsky, would you care to speak to just the mutual aid of providing some of those resources?
Sure. Chief Lipsky, Milwaukee Fire Department. We've had a long-established dive rescue team since 1961 in the City of Milwaukee Fire Department. This is a substantial investment of time and energy and fiscal resources and stick-to-itiveness on the parts of the special teams personnel that choose to go subsurface in the hopes of effecting an underwater rescue. We will continue to provide that support. I can tell you that one does not just wake up on Monday morning and decide to have a dive team for Tuesday. This is an incredibly difficult technical undertaking to source the equipment, to train your personnel, to get all the proper reps. And so I stand shoulder to shoulder with Chief Kresick, who's, along with all the rest of the shared services partners, has been incredible partners in general public safety for Milwaukee County. Are we all the way there yet? Probably not. But we will continue to provide every inch of support that's requested. Yes.
Aaron, when you guys are out here in conditions like this, it's not entirely safe for your rescue guys, is it?
That's correct. Underwater rescue is one of the more hazardous environments within which our firefighters will ever function. Again, we have extremely well-equipped, well-trained, well-experienced firefighters in the hopes of making a grab and pulling a victim out. We will extend that risk. Thank you.
Any other questions? Thank you for your time today. Again, we appreciate your efforts in helping us spread the safety message. Thank you very much.
Thank you.